Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing slash, really it's just an opening of a Pelican case because I already filmed this unboxing and then immediately proceeded to delete it. It was an accident. But these are really cool knives, and even though I can't share the original unboxing with you, I still want to show these to you guys, and then we'll do full reviews down the road. Thanks so much to Ben for sending these in. These are awesome, actually. There are 3 knives in here that are pretty hard to get your hands on, and I am very unfamiliar with some of this stuff, so it was really interesting. Thanks so much to my generous patrons who are supporting me. Link for Patreon right down below, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. So like I said, there's 3 in here. He sent me this Pelican case. I actually only asked for 1, and he was like, nah, I'm just going to send you a bunch. So the first one I want to show off here, if you guys remember, like probably the knife that's going to be most familiar to people watching is going to be the Össur Tengu, I'm not really sure, from Benchmade, right? So this is a custom Jared Össur F22 flip joint. And as the name suggests, this is a slip joint that is also a kind of a top flipper, I guess. And yeah, it actually works really well. This is more of like one of those double detent where it's smooth in the middle. It's got a detent at the top and a detent at the bottom. This is actually really nice. I like this a lot. If I was going to carry a slip joint, this is more one that I would probably prefer. And I know that people really like that traditional sort of walk and talk and whatever you say, right, where you have like the pull and the mid stop or the half stop or whatever. The nice thing about this is that it can absolutely be manipulated with one hand. Since there's 2 detents, if you get it exactly right, it's really easy to fidget with. And it's not like this is the first that's ever done that, but this is done really well. Really, really well. This looks to be polished micarta and then titanium, and I like seeing all the layers in there. That's really cool. I honestly don't know what the blade steel is. It looks like a hand rub satin finish. I don't know. When we do the review, because this is not a review, it's an unboxing and first impressions. When I actually do the review, I will give you guys those details. But yeah, this is cool, and it's quite a bit different than the stuff that I normally review. I mean, on the outside, it really looks like a traditional slip joint. I mean, the way that the inlay work on that, like the way they do the shield here, this is really, really impressive. Truly, truly beautiful, definitely. So what do I want to do second here? I think I want to do this one here. Some people are going to recognize this right off the bat. This is the David Lespect front flipper, and the exact variation I don't know, but holy crap, look at this. I have talked about you know, the texturing on scales and sometimes Damascus looking like a topographical map, but I don't think I've ever seen a better example. Seriously, look at the layers in this. This is absolutely ridiculous. And you can see here that we've got, at least as far as I can tell, this is a San Mai. So there's actually a core through the middle, or I don't know if I don't know if this is Damacor and it's just etched in like a matte finish, right? But it is it looks to be a Damascus, like a San Mai Damascus of some type. And we'll get that information, you know, when I do the actual review. But holy moly, is this smooth and beautiful. And also the ergonomics, good Lord. The ergonomics on this thing are absolutely wonderful. I'm actually going to move this out of the way so it stops trying to focus on it in the background. Whatever we have here for the scale material, some kind of wood, very beautiful. And then we've got a titanium liner lock, or maybe you call it a frame lock with overlays. The action is beautiful. The detent is tuned perfectly for a front flipper. Now, this is one of those knives that is a front flipper only, right? So, but it's also, I'm sure you probably can guess that this is a knife that's ridiculously hard to get. So it's one of those things where it's not like they're making thousands of them and just hoping that people like. No, people like these enough, and they're made in small enough quantities that they're pretty much just gone, as far as I can tell. I think Frank, Dr. Frankie, has been showing off his a lot lately. And I've always been curious about this, so it was just coincidental that he decided to go ahead and just send this. But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I like this a lot more than I thought I would. The pocket clip is a little bit pointy. That's something that I noticed right off the bat. And it is actually milled. This is actually a milled clip. It's just got like a very cleavery tip. Super, super beautiful knife. I noticed online that these, they come in various blade shapes, right? So this is more of a sheep's foot, I'm sure, just by calling it sheep's foot. So I'm going to tear some people up who would call it something else, but whatever. Yeah, this is a super cool knife. I like it a lot, definitely. Wood would not be my first choice, but it does look nice. Like this in particular actually looks really nice. Good centering. I'm going to guess it's probably come off just a little bit from playing with it. The actual pivot is going to be underneath these scales. So if I wanted to adjust it, I'd have to get at it under there. And then finally, the third, and this is honestly probably my favorite and definitely the most expensive of the bunch. This is a Richard Rogers Q, or I believe this one in particular is a Q+. So these... this is gonna look like to a lot of people just like kind of a plain Jane. Apparently these are ridiculously expensive, and I'm not even gonna I'll just let you all Google it and find out and make yourselves the people who get upset. I'll just let you get upset on your own. Yeah, these are custom. And they go for quite a bit. I honestly don't know. I mean, the information that I got was secondary market, so I don't know what they generally go for right off the bat. This is apparently a Q+ model. I don't know the difference between a Q and a Q+, or if that's even a thing, or if I just read it incorrectly. What I do like is this sort of oil slick finish on what is either titanium or zirconium on this inlay. It's hard to tell. I mean, like I said, when I do the full reviews of these things, these are the kinds of details that I will include. As far as the overall profile of this guy, wow, this is a beautiful knife. Simple, but definitely beautiful. Little things, little teeny tiny details taken into consideration, or just like little tiny things that you don't generally see. I love that we have these 3 pillars of diagonal texturing. It actually continues beyond that. But this is beautiful, the way that this is done, and there's even texturing in between. That's something that I really like. And it also, while it's a fine texture, you definitely get more traction on it than on like the smooth titanium. The blade is also absolutely beautiful. Look how the end of that fuller is, right? Just like a katana. That's what it makes me think of, like a katana blade. Just ends right there. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. This is a frame lock, but most of the frame lock, most of the exposed area is actually covered by this overlay. So it might as well, I mean, it's kind of the same type of deal that you get with a liner lock, where you can kind of, squeeze it as hard as you want while you're using it, and you can get your fingers, brace the rest of your hand wherever you want while you're flicking it, which, by the way, the only way to open it with one hand is to flick it out, or the most convenient way, because it's going to be kind of hard to do it like this. You can do it, right? But it's much easier to do the reverse flick on that, get your fingernail under that fuller. That is the only way to deploy it. There's no other deployment method. You can't use there's no like front flipper or anything like that. And there's no rear flipper or thumb stud, anything. Just a reverse flick using the fuller. Really beautiful. This is probably, I think this is probably my favorite of the bunch. And if I hadn't seen the price tag, I probably would have tried to seek one out. But man, these must be incredibly rare. They must be. I mean, this is, a circumstance where I know nothing about the maker, the designer. I don't know anything about, the history of these knives. But that's the nice thing about the knife world, is there's so much out there. No matter how much time you dedicate to learning about this stuff, you're always going to experience something new. And this is an example of something that, even though it's quite a bit out of my comfort zone for price, I'm still really pumped that he sent it, because now I get to learn about it. So 3 super cool knives. Difficult knives to get, I'm sure, all of them, and, expensive, but definitely cool pocket knives. It's the kind of stuff I like to, you guys are going to see a lot of QSPs and Kubies and Civivs and Kaisers and Spydercos and blah, blah, blah stuff that you can get, right? You're going to see that on my channel, but you're also going to see stuff like this. Just because it's interesting. So thank you so much to Ben for sending these in for me to take a look at. No, I don't get to keep them. They will go back to Ben when I am done. You will get full individual reviews of each of these knives a few weeks from now. If for some reason I'm able to link these, I absolutely will, but I doubt it. So you can check the description if you'd like. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.